Hey everybody, gonna give you a quick overview of the lazy backtest IDE and point out a few new features I've added in the last week or two along the way. So as per usual, we can download from several different source market data sources via Quandl market data website. So Quandl has an API key which we should plug in here, and you can use it without the API key, but if you have it, then Quandl lets you make as many calls as you want, so that's kind of a nice deal. So just add all the data here. One new feature that I've included in the past week or so is you can put in tickers separated by commas in the input boxes here. So if you have a whole bunch of index constituents, or whatever you have, you can basically throw them in the box and hit the add button and you'll start pulling down data. So alright, this is my 2008 MacBook. It's not very fast, so hopefully it'll be faster on your computer. In any case, we got all the data now. We can jump to the editor. Oh, before we go to the editor, we can set the strategy holding period. So this is basically our horizon to different values. So once we get down to the strategy editor, it's all plain JavaScript. All the inputs, the market data that we've pulled down, have been cleaned, which is really nice, time saver. And then we can pull on the inputs via the data object. So data.skew will give us all the data.skew data. Monthly basically filters out to get monthly data. So we can also put in daily data, or we can put in our own specific period. This would be like bi-monthly, I suppose. So let's stick with monthly for the time being. And then look back tells us how much of that data we need. So look back 2 will give us the current price, for example, or the current skew, and then also the penultimate skew as well, so last month's skew. And then finally we can convert all the prices into returns, and then we're left with an array, and in JavaScript we can say call on the first element of the array by just the 0th index, right? So then the weight is the negative of that return in inverted commas. Really, does anyone invest in skew directly? I don't think so. So it's really the change that we get. So, and index GSPC. So up here, Yahoo calls their S&P 500 GSPC. So the outputs is sort of encapsulated by the weight object. So this is the weight that we're going to put on our holding in the S&P 500, and then whatever the change in the skew is, then we take the negative. So if the skew gets greater, that's a bad thing, so we go short. If the skew gets smaller, that's a good thing, so we go long, right? Also, we weight the index underscore IRX, and that's the 13-week T-bill yield index from Yahoo. It's really nice. You get about 50, 60 years. So what we're doing here is we're basically getting the, in inverted commas, risk-free rate that we need for a Sharpe ratio, right? So that's why we do that. So then finally we just hit the backtest button, and as you can see, that the data cleaning and pulling down the data from Quandl, pretty slow, but once you get that, the back tests themselves pretty slick. So you have all your usual analytics. The two that I added though was the yearly loss probability. So this is basically from a t-test on a Sharpe ratio. So it's pretty easy to calculate. So that's just directly from the Sharpe ratio. And then the max weight to profitability is something that I thought would be kind of useful for most people. So as it says in the tin, if you invest now, historically speaking, how long would be the maximum wait that you'd have to wait until the strategy is profitable? In this case, it's 9 years, pretty long. So usually with the S&P 500, it would be 8 years. So what it does is it chunks all the history going back. So in this case, about 55 years of history. Oh wait, no, actually I think about 25 years of history. And then it chunks them into yearly chunks, and then 2 yearly chunks, and 3 yearly chunks, and 4 yearly chunks. And then it basically finds the number of years where all the chunks are positive, which gives you an idea of, how long you're going to have to wait before this strategy starts to definitely or almost definitely deliver. So I kind of like that analytic. So that is it. Any more questions, feel free to email me, john.orford@gmail.com.